Hello students. Yesterday we have discussed about the Wheatstone bridge and how can we solve numericals with the help of that and why we are using Wheatstone bridge. So there you have seen that with the help of Wheatstone bridge we can calculate the resistance of any unknown wire, and obviously and the reason behind the using Wheatstone bridge is that it is used to measure the value of resistance accurately. Means a very less amount of error is here due to the instruments, and also this is very easy to fabricate, very easy to make. That's why we are using just Wheatstone bridge to find out the resistances. As I told you, later we have just made a number of bridges on the basis of Wheatstone bridge principle, AC with use of batteries in AC DC batteries we have used, and a number of bridges like name Maxwell bridge, Wayne's bridge, some kind of bridges we have that is used to find out even capacitance, inductance. So you can see that at a large scale we are using Wheatstone bridge in our uh, daily life, in our electrical or electronics field, so that we can understand, we can just measure the capacity of any capacitor, inductance of any inductor, resistance of any resistor. So as if any resistor, conductor, inductor and capacitors are unknown for us, then we can just obtain, we can know its values easily. Clear? So next here today we will discuss about the application of Wheatstone bridge. So in the case of application here, not all the applications you have to study, that I am telling you. Only we have to study about the one application here, that is the meter bridge. So this is meter bridge. It is also a name of experiment, actually a name of a device or instrument that we have. So meter bridge basically is practical form of Wheatstone bridge. So in the case of Wheatstone bridge, we have seen that we have 4 resistors that are connected in this way. So you can see this these are our 4 resistor. Here we are using any detecting device, and at these two ends we are using any battery or supply. So in the case of Wheatstone bridge, you are seeing here simple, we have just taken the combination of 4 resistors and we are just arranging them in such a way that they are forming the bridge here. One more thing I just told you here, if you will interchange this position of galvanometer with battery, then there is no effect on the current that is flowing in galvanometer. Clear? So there is no effect if whether you are taking this. Even I just told you here this is P, this is Q, this is R, this is S. So in the place of P by Q you can take P by R also. So there is no effect if you are interchanging these kind of things here. So I think this is first Wheatstone bridge is clear. Then let's see what is the that's a meter bridge, or its name is one more name itself, that is slide bridge wire. So in the case of meter bridge, what we are doing, what is its construction, what is the principle, let's see that. So as I just told you, meter bridge is practical form of the Wheatstone bridge. So it means that its principle is also the principle of Wheatstone bridge. So principle of Wheatstone bridge is that if we will adjust the resistors that we are using in our instrument in such a way that the null point is obtained, means the deflection in galvanometer becomes 0, then that time if we have 4 resistor P, Q, R and S, then we can write P by Q is equal to R by S. So this is the basic principle of Wheatstone bridge, and this is also the principle of meter bridge. So let's see what is the formula to calculate the unknown resistance by using meter bridge here. How can you derive that? So first of all, what is the meter bridge? Why its name is meter bridge? We are also just saying it's slide bridge wire. So why we are just saying these things? So first for that section you have to understand its construction. So in the case of meter bridge, if I will just draw the figure of the instrument. So in this instrument we have 1 meter long scale. So if this is You can say this is 1 meter long scales we have. So in this way, and 1 meter long scale we have. After that, here with this scale, some copper plates are attached on this. In such a way, such copper plates are attached here. So and all these things that you are seeing, meter base, these copper plates, these are also attached to a horizontal wooden board, and means on that horizontal wooden board we have just arranged these copper plates and this meter scale in this way, like I just shown in figure. So meter scale, yes, experimentally you will do that in your experiments also. A number of experiments you have to perform by using it, but here you can understand it by its construction. One more thing here, one wire that we are using here, suppose this is like this. So here a wire that we have attached between these two ends. So this is our basic construction of the meter bridge. Means in the meter bridge we have a 1 meter long wire and that is attached between 2 points on this kind of copper plate. Here some nails are given to us. So this kind of things are given here, and 2 nails here. Now we can attach, we can form the Wheatstone bridge by using this kind of thing. So why its name is meter bridge? Its name is meter bridge because it has 1 meter long wire on this. So by as we are using a wire of 1 meter length, that's why we call it meter bridge. Or secondary thing, slide bridge wire, later I will tell you why we are just saying it. So I think that is first of all clear. And its construction, as you are seeing, this is the construction of the meter bridge here. So in this construction, a 1 meter long wire we are using, and some kinds of copper plates and a meter scale that we are using, that is attached to it. Means this is also a 1 meter 1 meter scale we have. Means we can measure the length here over by using this kind of meter scale here. Now we are connecting different resistance between these points that you are seeing here. So in between these 2 points, suppose this is our point A, this is point C we have. So between these 2 points we are connecting some resistance box. You can connect actually here. So this is resistance box. This is our resistance P, that is known resistance that we are connecting here. Or if you don't want to write here P, then let's just write, actually no, don't write P here, just write yes, sorry R here. And the unknown wire whose resistance we have to measure, we can connect it between these 2 plates. So this is the basic way to connect the resistance, that is, this is variable resistance. As I told you before, in the case of Wheatstone bridge, we can use rheostat or resistance box as a variable resistor. We can take any of the values from there. Means we can change the resistances easily by using resistance box. So here in the place of R we are using resistance box. Here one wire that its resistance is unknown for us, and we have to calculate its resistance by using this kind of experiment. Next thing, here between these 2 points we can connect a battery by using a key also. So in this way we can connect a battery and a key between 2 points AC. And one more thing here, one point we are seeing again. So between these 2 points we are connecting a galvanometer, and by using galvanometer we are again connecting it to a jockey. So let me tell the detail of the devices that we are using in the meter bridge experiment. So here the galvanometer, that is a device through which we can detect any of the current in the circuit, means whether the current is flowing in or not. So like I just told you about the Wheatstone bridge, in the same way we are connecting galvanometer here. So now let me just tell you here how this is the just like the Wheatstone bridge. As I told you, this is the practical application of Wheatstone bridge. So for that case, this is suppose A and C 2 points we have. So A and C 2 points we have seen. This is A and this is C. Now you can see that this is a point A also. So through this point we have just connected a resistance box here. This is R. So this is our point. Suppose this is point D. We have this plate is point D we have, and this is point C. So between C and D we have connected a resistance that has the resistance that is S, and it is unknown resistance. Now if you will see these two wires, so basically what we are doing in the case of meter bridge, let me tell you first, then I will just tell you how this is the Wheatstone bridge. So in this case, this is jockey. Jockey is such kind of device, just such that you are seeing this marker. This is just like this, and where we can just connect any wire, and its end is conducting here. Means if we will connect the jockey to this wire, this conducting wire, then that time the current circuit will be completed and current will flow in the galvanometer. Means we can detect the current by using this, and it is easy to slide this jockey on this wire. That's why we can use such kind of things. Directly we can join, but here we are using jockey for this case. So why its name is slide wire bridge? Reason is that here we can slide the jockey over this wire, so that's why its name is also slide wire bridge. Now here in the case of Wheatstone bridge, we are using 4 resistors. You know that we are using 4 resistors in this way. So these 4 resistors, in which P and Q are of fixed resistance. So how can we measure P and Q in the case of meter bridge now? So in case of meter bridge, P and Q is served by this wire that is of 1 meter length. So we are just using for P and Q this wire. So first of all, let's see its working. In this working here, the resistance box R we have connected in the left gap, and this S we have connected in right gap here. This is unknown resistance that we have to find in the meter bridge, and here a wire is connected. Now let's just use the jockey and start to slide it from this point, this end A to C. So when will you move this jockey from A to C, then deflection in galvanometer is obtained. Means if you will put jockey this side, then if the deflection in galvanometer is left side, and then if you will put it this side, then it will be right side. If your circuit is connected correctly, then this two things you will always obtain. Means for the one side it is in left side, for the one side the deflection should be in right side. So galvanometer, if you will see, this is just type of circular device we have, in which number here 0 is mentioned, and here some of the value, suppose 150, the reading is here. So this is a needle we have, and if current is flowing, then this needle is deflected either in left or right side here. So if this side, if it is deflecting in left side, then if you will put it, it will be deflected in right side. So it means that between these 2 points, obviously there will be a point where its direction will be changed. Means if it is in left side, then if you will start to slide it and you are getting right side, means in between left to going left to right, obviously 0 will obtain somewhere. So we have to detect that point where we are getting 0 current, 0 value in galvanometer. So suppose at this point, if this is our point, this is point B we have. At this point we are getting is in this galvanometer this 0 point. Means this time no current is flowing in the galvanometer. Galvanometer is not able to detect any current. So this is our null point now. So in this experiment we are doing this thing always. We are moving jockey over the wire and we are detecting where is balance point, where is null point. So where this point is obtained, we mark this point and we are seeing its length from this end A. So suppose this length is L, then remaining length will be 100 minus L. Obviously it is 1 meter long wire. So you can say that this is 100 centimeter long wire. So this will be 100 minus L centimeter here. If it is in meter, then you have to write 1 minus L meter. Okay. So here the length we have taken in centimeters, so don't be confused by this factor here. Now as you can see, obviously from here to here a particular length we are obtaining. Now for this length, obviously you know that resistance is depending on length. Means if you have any material that has, or any wire, conducting wire that has some length L, that has cross sectional area A, and its material has resistivity rho, then we can find out R by using this formula. Means this wire will have certain resistance. This resistance is serving the property of P and Q that we have needed in the case of this VT stone bridge. Means P and Q both we are just obtaining by this 1 meter long wire. We are dividing or we are detecting null points, so that the left edge of this null point is behaving like P, and the right side wire that is behaving like Q. So in this case we are not connecting any extra resistance here. Only by using this one we are even connecting detecting null point. Means here you can see that if you will change, suppose here resistance box, if R we are changing, according to that length of null point will also change, because due to change in resistance current will change there, and due to the change in current obviously the null point that will be shifted towards any of the side, it can be shifted. So for that case, if length will change, then resistance will also. Means we have to just maintain P, Q and R in such a way, then we should get the galvanometer current that is equal to 0 here. So we can just solve it, we can just maintain it by sliding the jockey over it, and in that case obviously we can change the resistance at every point, because length is changing by the slide and resistance is also changing. So P and Q we are maintaining in such a way that we are just getting the balance bridge condition of VT stone bridge. Means the galvanometer that we are connecting between this, that should have the current 0. Now let's see how this circuit is our VT stone bridge. Practically you are seeing this is just like the VT stone bridge. Here the two I have told you already, we are connecting in this way, and these two are interconnected at point D. They are interconnected here. Next thing, if you will see point A and point B, in between this, for L length we have seen this is the resistance P. So in between A and this is point B, we have connected a resistance P here, and in between B and C, obviously 100 minus L, it will also provide a resistance. So this is our resistance Q. So in this way we are seeing 4 wires or 4 resistances. We have just designed it in such a way it is forming a bridge here, and in between B and D, this is our D point, this is our B point. In between B and D we have connected a detecting device, galvanometer, and also we are connecting a battery through these 2 points A and C here. So this is our connection. In this between A and C we have connected a battery here. So in this way you can see that the theoretical, it is the practical application of this theory here. So I think students, now about the meter bridge everything is now clear. What is its construction, how it is just behaving like the VT stone bridge. Now as you know that when we are obtaining 0 current in galvanometer, then that time bridge is balanced. So for the balance condition we have condition that is P by Q is equal to R by S here. So here for P, how can we calculate? Suppose some quantity small r is resistance per centimeter. This quantity, suppose r we have taken resistance per centimeter, then for L centimeter length we can calculate resistance that will be equal to R into L. Means if you will multiply by L centimeter length, then it can provide you the resistance of that L centimeter wire. So this will be equal to R into L obviously. In the same way you can calculate the value of Q. So for the Q we have the length of the wire that is 100 minus L. So if you will multiply 100 minus L in R, then this will provide you the value of Q. Now let's put these all values here in this condition. So here we can get this is R into L, this is 100 minus L into R we have, this is R, this is S. So from here R will be cancelled out and you can calculate S by the formula that is 100 minus L R upon L. So this is our general formula for the meter bridge to calculate the unknown resistance that we have connected in this gap here. So this is the practical application, principle, working, construction. That is all I think now clear. In this case, some small points that you should note also. First thing, the wire that we are using here, that is of we have made it by using the material like Constantan or Magnin wire. So you know that Magnin and Constantan that are using to make the standard resistor. Previously we have just discussed it already, because they have the property of low temperature coefficient and property of high resistivity. So that's why we can make using them a standard resistor. So it means that here that the wire we have used, that is already behaving like the standard resistor here. Second thing, in this whole circuit you can interchange this galvanometer and battery. Previously I just told you, in the case of Wheatstone bridge we can interchange the position of battery and galvanometer, so there is no effect on current due to this interchanging position property. So you can also connect battery here, you can also connect galvanometer here, and you can if you will do the practical, then that will behave just like the same way. Clear? Third thing, you can also interchange these two positions, but while interchanging, one thing you have to just keep in your mind: if you are connecting resistance box here, then you have to take L length from this side, A side. Means where you are connecting this resistance box, R variable resistance R, in that side you have to take L length. Obviously, if this is our null point, then L length will be this. If you will take L this, then that time your numerical will be wrong, your question, your calculation about for the resistance, that will be wrong here. So you cannot take L length from any of the side. Suppose if you are obtaining this value at 30 centimeter from this point A, means the value of L you have, that is 30 centimeter. So here you will have 30, here you will have 70. So this value will be equal to 70 by 30 into R. Clear? And suppose some student that will take L length from this side, and he just obtained from here, that is equal to, obviously for his this will be 70. So for that case, if L is 70 for him, then S will be obtained as L minus 70. This is 30, this will be 70 upon R. Now you can see that this value is different in this value. Means if you will take length from this side, then that time resistance will be wrong there, your measurement will be wrong. So always you have to keep this factor in your mind. You have to take length from that side where you are using resistance box. Means if you have connected resistance box in left gap, then you have to take length or you have to measure length from this gap. And if you have connected resistance box in this gap and no resistance in this gap, then you will start to measure the length from this side. Clear? You are free to even connect it in any of the side, but it is mandatory that you can take length only by that side whether you are connected this resistance box. Clear? I think that is all about the meter bridge. It is clear what is construction, all these things are now clear. Next thing, here sometimes some question is asked when our meter bridge is very sensitive or Wheatstone bridge is sensitive. So first of all, sensitivity means from any device how small quantity accurately we can measure. So that is called the sensitivity of material or sensitivity of device. So meter bridge or Wheatstone bridge is most sensitive when all the resistors that we have used like P, Q, R and S, that are of same order. So if the order or magnitude of them are same, then that time the Wheatstone bridge or meter bridge is very sensitive and very accurately you can just find out the value of unknown resistance there. I think student now about meter bridge and its practical use, that is now clear. So where we are using actually meter bridge in our daily life. So in our daily life, first thing you have seen, we can just calculate unknown resistance through it. But one more thing here, one drawback is also we cannot calculate very low resistance and very high resistance by using meter bridge. but at least we can calculate any resistance between very high and very low value. So easily we can calculate general value of the resistance, you can say that. Second thing, here by using meter base you can calculate the resistivity of any wire. Means the resistors, unknown resistance that you have used, if you want to calculate the resistivity of that wire, then you can also calculate it by the same method. And for that case, as you know that resistivity is given by Ra by L here. So resistance you can calculate by the method as I told you before, just by experimental method. If you have the you are knowing already the value of unknown resistance, then you can just measure the length of the wire by using meter scale, and you can measure area. And for the area, as its cross section is circular, then its area will be pi r square. So r you can measure by using screw gauge easily. For the thin wire, you know that we are using screw gauge to measure its radius. So by measuring its diameter, you can also calculate its radius, and you can find out area. So by knowing area and length, you can easily calculate what will be the resistivity of the material there. Clear? Third use of meter base is we can verify Ohm's law easily by using meter base. So we can design even Ohm's law circuit here, and we can measure, we can detect whether the Ohm's law is correct or not. So here a simple we are just obtaining the value of potential by varying current, and we are making a graph between them, and we are seeing whether the graph is linear or not. So by actually Ohm's law is that V is directly proportional to I, so there should be a linear graph between V and I. So by using that, even we can calculate unknown resistance by calculating slope of that graph. Clear? Third thing, here we can also verify law of combination of resistances. So in the law of combination of resistances, we have two type of combination. One is parallel, second is series. So series and parallel both combination you can also verify from here. And for that case, in the meter base where we have connected this unknown resistance, so we have two different coil or different wire. So differently, separately we will calculate, just connect it in meter base, and we will calculate resistance by using the same method. So suppose R1 and R2, that resistance we have calculated for separate coils. Now we can connect them in series by end-to-end connection. You know that, and again use it in the place where we have used S. So again for this combination, you can calculate the resistance of this by the same method. Suppose its resistance is obtained, that is R. Now let's see, just calculate R1 plus R2, and if R1 plus R2 is equal to R, then obviously this law is verified automatically. So we can verify this. For parallel combination you can also verify. So for the parallel combination, we are using two wire in parallel way, means both, and if we will join in this way and we will connect it in the right gap, then that time again you can calculate its combination. So if R is obtained, R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, means if you will calculate this value, and if this is equal to R, then obviously parallel combination of law, that is also verified. So we can verify different laws here. We can calculate resistances from here. We can calculate even resistivity of the material. So this is very useful device, very useful instrument to calculate the resistances and resistivity of different material. Clear? So I think about the meter base everything is now clear. So let's see some of the numerical problem based on the meter base. That is very important, and every year in board examination one question is mandatory from here. Here two devices we will discuss here, potentiometer and a meter base. So one of the device is asking every time in your examination in 5 marks question. So just see it, that is very important because. So first we have a question, that is in a meter base the balance point is found to be at 30 centimeter from the end A when the resistance R in left gap is of 12 ohm. So here one thing is given, the meter base that we have just connected before. So in that meter base, this is one, suppose this is our point A, this is our point C, and this is the point where we have connected two resistances, and in this resistance our wire R, its value is 12 ohm is given. And in this case it is given that if the here resistance box we have connected, and this is our point A. So from here at 30 centimeter, we are obtaining the null point or balance point. Then we have to find out the value of the resistance S in the right gap of the meter base. So if this is the value of S, then we have to find, here I am not going to just make whole of the meter base because you are, already have aware from it. So this is our one resistance box is here. Here this is unknown resistance. This balance point we are obtaining from this point, and A already it is given. This is from 30 centimeter, and obviously this length will be 100 minus L. This is 70 centimeter. Clear? Now let's use the formula that we have written before. Formula is S is equal to 100 minus L R divided by L. So 100 minus L, its value is 70. Small L, its value is 30, and the value of R is given, that is 12. So if you will solve this, then the value that is obtained, this is 28 ohm. So S can be easily calculated if such kind of values are given. Here one more question is that if we interchange S and R by each other, then what will be the position of the balance point? So here question is asked, suppose we are just interchanging these two positions, means we are just connecting S here, we are connecting R. So it doesn't mean that here you have to again change the point from here. You are just calculating its length here. Only we are interchanging two resistances by each other. So if S you will connect here, that is of 28 ohm, and this is of 12 ohm. Suppose that this is our S, this is our R, means we are interchanging its values only. Clear? I think I am just saying this thing only. In our question it is said that if we interchange these two resistances, means simple, if S is now before this S was 28 for this length, now suppose S is 12 ohm and R is 28 ohm, then what will be value of L here? So as we have formula, S is equal to 100 minus L R upon L. So S has value 12, and suppose R we are just taking this side, so we can write is S upon R. So this will be 28, this is 100 minus L, this is upon L. Now you can solve this equation, and if you will solve, the value of L is obtained, this is 70 centimeter. So this is our answer now. If you will interchange, the balance point will also interchange here. So a length will be now it's 70 centimeter. Clear? I think. The reason, obviously, I just told you, if you will use R here, S here, interchanging position, then you will start to calculate length by this side, and from this side we were just obtaining the length 70 centimeter. Obviously this will be the position of the null point here. So I think numerical for this clear. Then in next class we will solve some more numerical on meter base, and later after that we will start to discuss about the cell and EMF. Clear? So let's just end the class here today, students. Thank you.